All right, everyone. Welcome to another Two Stupid Gamers video. This is going to be Yeast episode 8. I am Nanners.
It's your boy, Zero.
And we're going to give the old arthropod boss another shot. The arthropod medallion for the door for the giant bug boss.
The fucking millipede. Fuck that millipede.
Yeah. I'm going to take the charge and see if I can't do it. I think I'll be okay. It's been a little while, so we'll see how I fare. It is. I'm just gonna say this right now. It is possible we're gonna have to go back and grind because it might just be too strong. That is how these bosses tend to go.
Yeah, man. I was having a serious issue last time. Because it's like, all right, I'm gonna destroy a bunch of these things. Oh, there you go, getting shocked.
Yep. Shocking.
All right, so you're just holding and charging?
No, I'm just attacking. There you go. There you
Okay,
go.
so I guess that's done, and then you can just go to the next.
I broke the tail. Yep. Well, I could go to the next if I had any left, but I ain't got none.
Got a juice.
Yeah, the juice. Gotta be mindful when the ugly beast rears its head on the other side. The issue is that I'm running into is just it's too much. It's sorry, it's not enough attack left. With this ability we got, it just runs out so quickly. But what's nice is that it has this towering effect over it. So even if I'm not physically on top of the bug, I can still make contact.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that last time that I had a towering plume of just energy going up, and I said, huh, I wonder if that actually like would work. Oh my god, I did not notice the head. I was wondering whether that would actually help us in this battle, and it definitely does.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're back on the ground, you're gonna want to push those things out of the way.
Ah.
Yeah, you can easily just hit it. You don't even have to charge.
Also, for what it's worth, thank you for the tip. For what it's worth, Zero, I also am not playing this through SharePlay. I get to see it in beautiful HD, about 20 inches from my...
Yeah.
Yes, glory, definitely. But it's about 20 inches from my face, so I don't think I'll have too much problem dodging these green auras, the radiation waves. I should be able to see them coming.
The head again.
Yep. And you can...
Oh my god, that's so weird.
It actually looks like you could dodge the head pretty easily too, so that's not too bad either. Gotta get off that. Might as well run.
Smack it out of the way. Oh,
That's fine.
You had like an entire year to do that.
I'm more concerned with the head, and also now I'm concerned because there's quite a few of these.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying you want to shoot them out of the way. They're only going to keep coming in because as you destroy the spikes on its back,
yeah,
it's going to start shooting those out.
Yep. That would actually be when the hurricane attack would come pretty handy. Unfortunately, I can only have one ability at one time. God.
Oh, you can't pause and equip different ones?
I mean, you can, but I think you're going to go off of the same bar. So we don't want to deal with that. Damn it, break. We really need way more magic. Ah. Oh, that's a big one.
Oh boy. Oh, okay, well that worked.
Wait a minute, you could just hit him normal? What?
Dude, I'm upset.
I didn't realize
I'm
that.
upset. I was like, oh, we have to hit him with the hammer ability.
I will say though, it's really nice that I don't seem to be taking damage when I just make contact with the bombs. So that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
I can at least say I enjoy that aspect. Because it would have been worse if you touch them, you take damage.
Ooh.
Yeah, I made a mistake there.
I mean, you're good. You're still alive, right? We're still in this burg.
Maybe. Berg.
Yeah. I got it from Daxter, from Jack and Daxter. I'm not exactly sure why he used the word Berg instead of this place.
Which, by the way, that was a fun playthrough.
I enjoyed it.
It got stuck.
I would love for you to see Jack 2 and 3.
Hey.
Maybe sometime in the future we'll do it.
Maybe. Got a little bit on our plates now with all these different playthroughs, so maybe not right now.
Yeah, you decided to start 2.
I couldn't help it. It's not often that we get to feature a brand new game, so when Kirby was announced and it was coming out as co-op, it has like co-op and stuff, I thought that would be perfect for our channel. We got to get that on here, you know?
Oh joy. Oh my god, so many of those.
Yeah, it is just littered with them now. I'm gonna try to clear a few of these out.
Oh, right on time.
It still technically blew up. Yeah, let me get a couple of these. They also shoot little... The boss also shoots like little thunder down too. So we can't forget about that. And we get him right in the head. Ah!
Oh, right in the kisser.
Pow, right in the kisser. Do you know where that's from?
Pow, right in the... Yeah, the Family Guy.
No, it's not from Family Guy.
Wasn't it? Is it American Dad?
It was referenced in Family Guy, but it's originally from the Honeymooners. It was this old show where he tells
the actual saying itself, not the freaking meme that everybody uses.
Yep, it was.
That's what you meant.
It was Ralph Cramden to his wife Alice. I think it was Alice, saying, "One of these days, right to the moon." Pow, right in the kisser, something like that. It's been a little while, but that's where it's from. Dude, I used to watch that show every New Year's because they always do a marathon with my family.
Honeymooners, yeah.
Yeah. So it was like...
with my family, it was Golden Girls.
Really?
I'm dead serious.
Would you believe me if I said I'd never seen that show?
Really?
Like, actually watched it, yeah.
Because I've seen an episode or two of
Honeymooners.
Honeymooners.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of hard to miss. But with my family, especially back in like in the late 2000s, early 2010s, I would usually spend New Year's at my cousin and cousin-in-law's place.
Yeah.
Because they were all like, "Yo, Hans, Christian, to come over, sleep over, man. We'll have a good time and shit. We'll make breakfast in the morning." And I'm like, "Yo, you had me at the sleepover and you said breakfast too? Let's go." So every morning, New Year's Day, they'd be like, "All right, we're watching Golden Girls." I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" And it's this old, early 90s show, and I'm just like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah. It's got...
Late 80s, early 90s.
It's got Betty White, God rest her soul, the lady that was in Maude, who was also in All in the Family because she was Edith's sister. Oh, God.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
There's so many.
Oh.
Yeah,
there's so much.
I'm losing juice. I gotta break some of these away. Getting nostalgic here talking about old TV shows. Dude, All in the Family is one of the best shows on TV in my opinion, and it's also funny because it produced one of the most amount of side spin-offs. There's like
really?
Yeah, because Norman Lear is he's just a great, incredible, you know, he's just talented. He made the show, and there are so many interesting characters on there that, you know, the Jeffersons?
Yes, I've heard of them.
The Jeffersons is a spin-off of All in the Family. If you ever heard of Good Times, that show also a spin-off of All in the Family. So was Maude and all that stuff. Yeah. It was like constant spin-offs from that show because they just had so many cool characters. God, we are getting distracted here. So now that I'm done distraculating my gameplay, so I'm realizing one downside to this boss. Yes, we can absolutely, I think we can absolutely do this, but what ends up, oh God.
He's doing a backflip.
Ah!
Oh, he's a wheel now. Oh, this is not good.
Yeah.
Nanners.
I don't know how to dodge that. I don't know how to dodge that.
That's the end.
All right.
That's some shit.
As I was saying, my case was getting distraculated. Basically, we need to just be doing more damage is all. Like you said, oh no retry. No, bad game. Whoops. I can't press start. Here, I'll just die. But yeah, basically, I don't think it's that we can't do it. It's just we don't do enough damage to the point that this boss in particular, we won't really get killed fast. It'll just take forever for us to win. So I would rather grind a little bit. You know, we could keep talking about old TV shows and stuff. In the meantime, while we get enough levels so that we can properly fight this boss.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea. It shouldn't take a long time. It'll probably be like about 5 minutes or so. I will say in recent events, because I actually went on another trip to Ohio this time, and it was a lot of fun. I got to hang out with some great friends. We had a great time. I had said on both this and our Kirby playthrough, what I was gonna do was I was gonna go back and I was gonna grind in both games. Like, oh, I'm going away to Ohio. I'll have plenty of time to grind in both games. Well, I guess not this one because it's PS4, but definitely in the Kirby game. While I was in Ohio, I had 0 time to spend. I literally brought my Switch, didn't even turn it on once. So
Christ.
I didn't grind for that like I was supposed to. I wanted to unlock the Meta Knight sword and all the better abilities and stuff like that. Didn't have time. So we're gonna have to tough it out here because Mash was having too much fun in Colossal Con. That's me, Nanners. I was having too much fun at Colossal Con.
Yeah, you know, I had a similar issue back in April. Talking about trips, I went to Vegas. My job sent me to Vegas with my manager. It was fun, and I had brought both my Switch and my Vita. Did I play on them while I was over there? No.
Yeah.
I mean, on the flight to and from, I did on my Vita and or my Switch, and I guess I could count this in because I did play on my Vita like for half an hour on the last day that I was there.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, I could have not brought them or just only brought one of them and played them on the flight, and I would have been fine.
Yeah.
So I do see what you mean. Usually when you go on trips, unless you know you're gonna have a lot of downtime, it makes no sense to like bring a handheld.
And in my defense, on the topic of flights, so our group, we had made the decision, which really is because I guess I just said that, why don't we just do this? It is only about like 7.5 hours from where we were. We drove there, and I was driving most of the time, and when I wasn't driving, I was sleeping in the car. So in my defense, I couldn't even really play it during the commute because it wasn't going to be possible.
Yeah.
And while I was there, like, again, when you go out on a trip, you make so many plans. Like, I'm going to do this. You have like a literal checklist with you of what you're going to do, what you want to do. And it just doesn't happen. It's just not realistic. You just don't have enough time.
The issue with trips and making plans, and which is why I've always been hands on and hands off of them, is because you'll make a plan, you'll make an itinerary, you'll try to stick to it, and you'll never be able to really do it.
Yeah.
That's the problem. That's why I consider myself horrible with making plans, because I'll make a plan and it just won't work.
Yeah.
It practically never works. So I make very loosely tied plans.
Yeah.
And just say, all right, we're going to try this. I have planned to do this as well, but it doesn't have to happen. We'll see what happens afterwards. And yeah.
Again, it's like with trips, that's like 10 times worse, because you're looking up the destination and like everything you want to do, everywhere you want to go eat, all the stuff you want to do, in this case at the convention, and you're lucky if you get to like 30% of that. So for my trip to Ohio, I went to a convention called Colossal Con. Now, we've both been to Colossal Con, except this was Colossal Con Prime. This was the main one, the original Colossal Con. It takes place in Sandusky, Ohio. And I had meant to do so much, just so much, but really what the trip ended up kind of just being was just hanging out with the friends. So our buddy Kugla GK has been on the channel here before. Join us. Also Snapple Pants, also a good friend of the channel. In addition to someone that I met through Twitch streaming, our buddy Shaddy Daddy-O was actually out there. He's not from this area, We just met him online, so we got to physically meet in person, and that was a lot of fun. I gotta say, everyone was awesome. The whole weekend was fantastic, and I'm glad that we got to spend time together. But again, it's like we wanted to do so much, and we only got to do so much of it. I'm pretty sure by this point it come up before that I do like NASCAR, and I've also really gotten into motorsports, like in general. Like just generally speaking, like if it's a sport and it involves engines, like I'm already there. And there, while we were in the planning stages for the trip, I found out that there was actually a racetrack not 20 minutes away from the convention and where we were staying, because we were staying outside of the convention. So I was like, well, let's just see on the off chance, let's go to the website of this racetrack and see if there's anything going on. And there was a race that was happening that weekend. I was like, man, there's no way I'm going to convince the whole group who's really just there to go hang out, go to the water park, hang out at the hot tub and stuff. I'm not going to be able to convince them, but I got to say, I was really happy when, they wanted to come to go to the racetrack with me. And that would have been the first time that I got to see a race in person. But I used the word would have because we just ran out of time, and we just didn't go. And it was one of those things that we wanted to do. But, you go in with a laundry list of stuff that you have planned, and you're lucky if you could do half of it.
Dude, I feel that. It hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts. It especially hurts because, again, you want to have you make these plans, you make these decisions. You're like, all right, I'm going to write this down, we're going to do this, we have this plan, we're going to do that, because you want to have a good time with your friends. And it just sucks when it just can't fall into place.
Yeah.
But in the end, as long as you all had like a good time and you were able to enjoy yourselves even with the limited time, it's so worth it. Like when we went to Colossal Con, I mean, we kind of did everything we wanted to. It was a very small con. But even if we hadn't, I would have been like, it was still fun.
By the way, he's talking about East as well, because that's the other one.
Yeah, Colossal Con East. That's the one we went to in September, which, by the way, you can watch on our channel. And
we'll also probably both be going to as well in 2 months for this year. But yeah, and actually on that note, I don't know, kind of like as I've got older, with going to events and stuff like that or going on trips, I have to say, I completely agree with what you just said. It's really just about having fun. And, like, I don't really mind as much anymore. I, of course, really, really wanted to go to that racetrack. But just the fact that I got, like, the opportunity to hang out with friends that I already really know well, and also some friends that I've never met in person, and also some friends that I never met before that trip. It was, like, just the fact that we all got to hang out together. We went to the water park and chilled out and all that stuff, and we ate dinners together, and it just had a really good time. That's all that really matters. Of course you wanna do like 50 different things, but you're never gonna have the time for that. So you just really appreciate the time that you do spend together and what you do get to do. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Absolutely. And here's the thing, like when I went to Vegas, we were practically there for a whole week. I had plans, all right? My plans, I mean, I was stuck in lecture halls for most of that trip. Like 80% of that trip was lecture halls. I'm going to be 100% honest. I was in lecture halls most of the time.
Wow.
Whenever I wasn't in a lecture hall, I was either in my hotel room sleeping or we were out eating. That was it. I wanted to go to at least 1 or 2 game stores, like local game stores over there. And I needed to eat at In-N-Out.
Yeah.
I had never been west of Philadelphia. All right. So this was going to be the first time I was in Vegas, first time on the West Coast, west side of the country. I needed to experience this amazing fucking restaurant, In-N-Out. Because every time I hear someone talk about burgers, they're like, In-N-Out is the best. And I'm like, are you sure about that? Because, Five Guys is pretty freaking good.
It's funny. I just want to interject real quick. I remember one day I went on Twitter and there was a post, a picture of somebody took a picture of an In-N-Out burger and it was on the floor in Manhattan somewhere.
Yes.
It was like, whoa, how did that happen? I thought that was funny.
So I actually know the full story to that, and I'll tell it right now before I forget, and then I'll finish mine.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, In-N-Out is a West Coast thing. So like western part of the country, that's where you're going to find this restaurant. Think of like a very high-end McDonald's, although that's kind of an insult, but that's kind of how I see it. The reason why one guy was very weirded out is because in New York, you cannot find an In-N-Out. So how are you going to find an In-N-Out burger literally on the sidewalk on the street?
Yeah.
In perfect condition. So it turns out this high school chick was with her like cheerleader group or something like that, and they were on the West Coast on a trip. Before she flew back, she decided to grab a couple, not just one, a couple of In-N-Out burgers and fly back to New York. Now, she was supposed to eat them on the plane. She didn't. I don't know why. And she had them in a bag. Now she was going to go grab a bus in Queens. And apparently the bag was very long and it had a rip in the bottom. So as she ran to go take the bus, one of the burgers she bought just fell out and was gently placed onto the concrete, only for a guy to find it 10 minutes later or something like that.
And perplexing all of Twitter.
Literally. Now that's funny. It was awesome to see that kind of happen because it happened pretty much right as I came back from Vegas. Like, I was like, wait a minute, I just had this thing and it's in New York now? What? No, what? I was perplexed. So, to finish my story about In-N-Out, I needed to try it. I've heard people say it's amazing. I've heard people say it's not all that. I needed to judge it. Now, my supervisor, he's originally from the West Coast, and he told me, tamper your expectations. And I'm like, you sure?
What do you mean? Everyone says it's good.
Yeah. So him and I went, and he basically recommended me the best thing to order there, right? And I did. I think it was a cheeseburger double. I think that's what they call it. Mm-hmm. I got it with fries. I got a drink with it. I think I only had water anyway. Whatever. I got the fries and the burger, right? The best burger you can get there. Sat down, looked at it. It looked pretty as hell. Took a bite out of it, and I said, what the fuck? Is this really what everybody's going crazy about? Because it didn't taste horrible. It just tasted like a burger.
There's nothing special about it.
There was nothing super special about it other than the fact that it tasted fresh. That's it.
Wow.
I could literally recreate the flavors of that burger by just buying frozen patties, cooking that sucker, and I guess putting some whatever sauce they used, which, by the way, didn't really add anything to it. I literally ate that thing and thought to myself, this is nothing to write home about. And the fries were even worse. Dude, we've had all kinds of fries, you and me. I know we've had all kinds of fries.
Right.
And they're usually freaking amazing. Like, it's hard to make a bad fry. And In-N-Out pulled it off.
Yeesh.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because when you make fries, like normal fries, like the ones we're used to eating, you're supposed to cut them into their fry shape. You freeze them. Or you could freeze them first, or you can give them a first cook. Fry them the first time, and then freeze them, and then cook them a second time to get them crispy, right?
Yeah.
It takes a little bit longer, but it gives you a better product in the end. Freaking In-N-Out, they literally take the potato, a raw potato, they push it through the cutter, and then they fry it right away, and then they serve it.
Nice. Not even any class.
So my issue with that is the fact that it doesn't have any flavor. Like, it doesn't have anything to like make it fluffy on the inside or crunchy on the outside. It's literally a wobbly, not awesome fry. And I'm just like, nah. The burger tasted normal and the fries tasted bland. Not bland, it tasted weak. It didn't have flavor. And I'm like, I don't know why people go nuts over In-N-Out. I don't get it.
The fries are devoid of that texture that you expect from a fry.
Exactly.
Yeah. That sucks.
I don't get it. I don't get why people go nuts over it. Yeah, sure, it's fresh, but you can get the same thing at home and not have to deal with going to a restaurant, No, and I was gonna say, if you guys want like a real burger experience, like something that actually tastes like it had some effort put into it, and it's fries, Five Guys is a way to go. Like, I'm sorry.
Also, free
Like,
peanuts.
it may not be 100% fresh. I mean, it's freshly made, but I'll tell you what, it actually has flavor. Anyway,
yeah, I gotta be honest. You already told me this story, so I already knew what you were gonna say. But it's you kind of broke my heart here because I was always thinking if I ever made it out to the West Coast again, I was like, oh, I can't wait to taste In-N-Out. And I don't know. Now I just don't have anything to look forward to if I go to the West Coast like that. I know that Whataburger is also supposedly really good, but yeah, that's just kind of disappointing.
yeah.
In-N-Out gets so much hype, and yet it's like you said, it's kind of just okay.
Yeah, dude. No, honestly, like we'll make it to the West Coast together or whatever for some sort of convention in the future.
E3. Let's go to E3.
Well, E3's kind of dead, but
well, when it comes back.
When it comes back, if it comes back. But we'll make it to the West Coast one day. The real issue is like we're gonna have to find like actual places to eat because I don't feel like going back to In-N-Out unless like unless the people we're with are really like begging for it.
You go to Jack in the Box.
That I actually did want to try. Funny enough, living in the Dominican Republic, I got the WB channel for both the West and East Coast.
Could also go to Del Taco.
That too. Anyway, to finish what I was saying, I would get the WB channel for both East and West Coast, and I would see on the West Coast channel commercials for Jack in the Box.
Right.
And I always thought to myself, oh, those burgers look so good. I want to try it. Holy shit, that looks amazing. But then coming back to the States and seeing no Jack in the Boxes in New York, it's like, shit, where do I go for that? Oh, that's right. That WB channel was on the West Coast. I got to go to Cali.
Yeah. So when I got a chance to go to the American South, I got to go to North Carolina, and with my family. What was I gonna say? I got to try Bojangles. You ever heard of Bojangles?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Never tried it.
You've never tried it?
Never tried it.
It's essentially if you want to you got Popeyes, you got KFC. Everyone has their favorite.
Yeah.
I would say if it's a competition between those three, Bojangles wins. They're like probably the best. Unfortunately, the one that we went to was kind of understaffed and we didn't have really good service. So it was kind of took a while to get our food, and that was unfortunate. But for the most part,
stay on the outside. Stay on the outside. There you go.
The Bojangles that we went to was not great, but the food was awesome. And yeah,
it changes.
Stay on the outside.
Stay on the inside and then the outside.
Yeah.
There you go. That's the trick. Go on inside. There you go.
Yeah, it's kind of tough.
Is this how we're just gonna have to fight this asshole? Yeah. Inside. Outside.
No.
Oh, we stayed on the outside. Shit.
It was a fake out.
You're gonna have to really get these balls out of the way.
I know.
And I think you're gonna have to use your freaking pillar.
I could probably crawl in there. Oh, never mind.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it was just a phase.
Yeah, you're on 44 health, man. You got to be careful. Shit. All right, so you got... Oh, shit, you're getting quite a bit.
2 of them left. Yeah, this is definitely one that you had to grind for. Make sure you were higher level to do more damage. Also, again, you can break them with just regular attacks. It's not always the magic. So that was
I wish I knew that, because I was wasting so much time trying to freaking charge that shit.
And I think I may have misled you on that, so I apologize for that. Man, we're so close.
I think now you just gotta attack the head.
Get the weak spot. Attack the weak point for massive damage. Oh god. I'm between 2 bombs. Oh man, we're so close, but there's just bombs everywhere. There's like any point is a bomb now. Woo! Oh, I didn't do it. I didn't
14,
make it.
12, 12, 11. Oh! That thing's gonna explode, dude. Oh, you're just riding its head down. Nice.
Yeah.
One more hit. One more hit. Yes! Oh, God.
That was so close. That was close.
Holy crap.
But see, now without leveling up, we would not have done enough damage to get that far. It would have taken forever, and we would have whittled down our health by that point. So the grind was absolutely necessary for that one. Oh, man.
Jesus Christ.
I know. God damn.
That was wild, dude. Yeah, I would have definitely never made it.
That one was a little brutal.
Brutal? Fucking deadly. What are you talking about? That shit had me freaking upset. Oh, there's a new save spot. Freaking awesome.
Ah, sweet. The crystal's power purified the demon statue. Yeah, we're on level 10 now. And we're actually making some pretty good progress, too, now that I think about it. Because if we look at... Oh, this music is so good. If you look at the thing, we've basically... Unless there's more, we've basically made it up halfway for the most part. Or close to halfway. Yeah, a little bit less than halfway. We're probably like 40% of the way through. Give or take.
Badass.
Yeah. So, I guess this will be the next area. Let's just go take a quick look at it. Environment's changed a bit more. We're now dealing with fire enemies.
Ooh, my element. Very nice.
There's a peculiar shaped depression in the altar. Also, real quick before we go, because you brought up your Vegas trip, I did wanted to bring up something about your Vegas trip to bring out up something about something else real quick.
Yes.
So on your Vegas trip, and I am a little bit jealous because I haven't gotten the opportunity to do that. You got to see Jim Gaffigan live stand up.
Yes.
that is awesome, and it was, you know, I'm sure that was a highlight for you to just maybe one where you weren't expecting.
It was actually planned. So here's the thing. My supervisor had told me, hey, we're going to be in Vegas for basically a week. Look at the schedule and see if there's anything you want to do. And when I saw Jim Gaffigan's face, I said, there's no way he's doing a stand-up routine there. And he did.
Nice.
So I told my supervisor, he said, okay, we're doing it. No problem. And we couldn't get seats. So we had to stand through the whole thing, but it was worth it.
Yeah,
it was worth it. The guy was amazing.
Yeah, Jim Gaffigan. I think I accidentally walked by Jim Gaffigan and didn't notice it was him in the city a long time ago. And I turned around and was like, was that Jim Gaffigan? And I was like, oh shit, he's gone.
No, I've been a fan of Jim Gaffigan ever since high school.
Same.
Like, especially like his Hot Pocket routine. He's like, yeah, Hot Pocket, you know, you can serve it hot or you could either serve it cold or boiling lava hot. You know? And it's like, oh, you know, you can get a Hot Pocket, put in its sleeve thing, and you can dunk it in the toilet. It's really stupid toilet humor, but it got me as a teenager.
Yeah. No, it was great. I used to love listening to Jim Gaffigan podcasts, Jim Gaffigan stand-ups while I was playing games like Geese and other games back in the day. There was a Pandora station that did stand-up comedy, and like his stuff would always come up there for me. But I do bring that up because actually recently a friend, again, I gotta say real quick, like I love how events are a thing again, but a friend went to an anime convention / rhythm game festival in Poland.
Ooh.
Yeah. And he got to see, which again, I'm like, dude, I'm so jealous you got to see that. That's insane. This happened a few days ago. He got to see Dave Rodgers in concert. And for those of you that don't know him by name, that's the guy that made basically the most famous Initial D songs that you know, like Space Boy and Gas, 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 and all that stuff.
Nice.
You got to see him perform at the concert, and I'm like, that's like just I love those kind of like sleeper concerts that will pop up like they're there, like holy shit.
That's freaking amazing.
Shout outs to my buddy Chino. Yeah. But anyway, that's going to basically be it for the episode. We obviously have a whole new area to explore. And again, we had to beat that boss very carefully. It was quite a tough one, but we got through it. We made it.
Indeed. If you guys enjoyed this episode, once again, make sure to slap the like button. Make sure to mash that subscribe button. Let us know in the comments. Do you hate that freaking millipede? Because I definitely do.
And let us know what's like the coolest thing you'd want to see at a concert, at a convention.
Oh, definitely.
Like, I'd see this there, you know? Let us know in the comments below.
All right, guys.
We'll see you on the next episode. Bye.